Hi everyone, it's Math Sorcerer here with Chegg. In this video, we're going to discuss parabolas. Let's carefully work through an example. Consider y squared equals -1/8 times x. Find the focus, directrix, and the axis of symmetry. Solution. The first step is to identify the formula that we're going to use. So because the y is being squared, the formula we're going to use is this one. It's y minus k, quantity squared, equals 4p times x minus h. So this is the formula whenever the y is being squared. So in this case, if we use matching, we can tell right away that the h and k are both 0 because they're not present. So that's going to be the vertex of our parabola. So our vertex in this case is basically 0, 0. Now we need to find p. So to find p, I'm going to go ahead and write this underneath it so you see it. You can see how the method works. So to find p, we're basically using matching, right? You basically look at these equations and you match them. You know h and k are both 0 and 0. And so you basically take 4p and set it equal to -1/8. You have 4p equals -1/8. That's how you find p always, okay? You just basically take whatever is here, in this case -1/8, and set it equal to 4p. To solve this equation for p, we can divide by 4, but then we get a fraction over a number, which is more difficult to think about. So it might be easier to multiply by 1/4, and so you do that to both sides. These cancel, and so we get p equals -1/32. Because p is less than 0, our parabola opens left. That's key. So you might be wondering, how do I know that? Whenever the y is being squared, your parabola is going to open left or right. If the x is being squared, it's going to open up or down. So -p opens left, +p opens right. And so the y is being squared in this case, so we have a parabola that's opening left. Now let's draw a quick sketch of the parabola, and that's going to help us get the rest of the answers. I'm going to show you how. So here's the y-axis, and here's the x-axis. So x, and here's y. And then the vertex is 0, 0, and we know it opens left, so it's going to look something like this. Not drawn to scale, just a rough sketch. And so now we have to find other information. We have to find the focus, directrix, and the axis of symmetry. So the focus is going to be right here because the parabola always opens towards the focus. And the distance between the focus and the vertex is always the absolute value of p. In this case, it's 1/32. So this point here, where the focus is going to be parentheses -1/32, comma 0. So that's going to be our focus. So our focus is -1/32, comma 0. It's because the x is negative there, right? Because it's opening left. That's why drawing a picture helps. The directrix is also a distance of absolute value of p in the other way. It's right here, and it's behind the parabola, and it's a vertical line. And again, this distance here, in both cases, is the same. It's 1/32. So this line, this vertical line, is going to be x equals, let me write it down here, x equals 1/32. This is going to be the directrix. And then finally, the axis of symmetry is the line that basically cuts the parabola in half. So it's going to look like a line that goes right through the middle like this. And since it's on the x-axis, that line is going to be y equals 0. So those are the answers to the question. So lots of information in this problem. You have to know the formula, and then you have to know that whenever the y is being squared, it opens left or right. If the p is negative, it opens left. If it's positive, it opens right. You also have to know that the parabola opens towards the focus, and that the distance from the vertex to the focus is the same as the distance from the vertex to the directrix, and it's equal to the absolute value of p, which is 1/32. Let's go ahead and do another example so that you can get better at these problems. In this problem, we are being asked to find the equation of the parabola with focus 0, 2 and directrix y equals -2. Let's work through its solution. in these problems, I think it's a good idea to always draw a little picture and plot down the information that you have. And then from that picture, you should be able to figure out what equation to use and what's missing in the equation. So I'm going to draw it here in the middle. So here's the y-axis. And here is our x-axis. So we have x and we have y. And let's plot what we have. We're told that the focus is 0, 2. So from the origin, we're going to go up 2 and put a dot. That would be the focus. This is the focus. And the directrix is the line y equals -2. So that's down here. And it's going to be a horizontal line because it's y equals. So let's go ahead and draw our horizontal red line here. This red line is going to be the directrix. So I'll label it as y equals -2. And that's the directrix, this line here. So the vertex of the parabola is in the middle. It's equidistant. It's an equal distance from both the focus and the directrix. That means it has to be at the origin right here, right here. And a parabola always opens towards the focus. So it's going to roughly look like this, just rough sketch, not drawn to scale. And the directrix is always behind it. So you plot your focus, you plot your directrix, use the fact that the vertex is equidistant, meaning it's an equal distance from both the focus and the directrix. And then you know it opens up because the parabola always opens towards the focus. So using the fact that it opens up, we now know the general formula for the parabola. It's parentheses x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. Just as a warning, some books use c instead of p. So sometimes I use c also, so you'll see different things in different books. Whenever the parabola opens up or down, it's the formula that has the x squared, which is x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. So we know what the vertex is. It's 0, 0. That's what h and k are. When you put a 0 here, the h just goes away. So you get x minus 0 squared equals 4p y minus 0. So you get x squared equals 4py. And now we just have to find p. Well, the absolute value of p is the distance from the vertex to the focus. It's also the distance from the vertex to the directrix. You can clearly tell from the picture the distance is 2. So in this case, the absolute value of p is equal to 2. Since it opens up, p is positive, so p is equal to 2. If it opened down, p would be negative, so it's very important. X squared is equal to 4 times 2 times y, so x squared is equal to 8y. And that would be the equation of the parabola with focus 0, 2 and directrix y equals -2. Just as a quick recap, there's two formulas. We have the first one here, x minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. And then the other formula was y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. Notice something about these formulas when they're written together. The x goes with the h, the y goes with the k. The x goes with the h, the y goes with the k. If the parabola opens up and down, you're going to use the formula that has the x squared. If it opens left or right, use the formula that has the y squared. I misspoke. If it opens up or down, you use the formula with x squared. It can't do both, right? It only opens up or down. Anyways, hopefully you've learned some mathematics in this video. If you feel you have, make sure to check out more videos on Chegg. Until next time, good luck.